2006, we began an IT infrastructure consolidation initiative. At that time, we had 80 executive branch agencies, all on distributed computing platforms, distributed data centers. We started to consolidate that infrastructure under one oversight, and basically our standard processes and procedures, standard common operating environments across the infrastructure. We're now 10 years into that project, so we've got a really good handle on what assets we have, how those assets are configured. We can really see and manage the IT infrastructure very well. And I think what's exciting now is we're 10 years into that project is looking ahead at the art of the possible. What else is out there? What's the marketplace moving to? How are things different, being done differently in the service delivery space than they were 10 years ago when we began this initiative? So we're just on the early stages of that RFI initiative, basically reaching out to other suppliers, other infrastructure service providers, and just seeing what is the art of the possible, how are things done, and what's best practice today. I think in terms of new technologies, it's really the delivery of technologies that I'm seeing has shifted. And the way that technology is delivered now in the cloud is very different from what was available 10 years ago when we began our consolidation of IT infrastructure. So really excited about looking at possibilities for economies of scale, really leveraging that cloud environment and moving where possible while being good stewards of Commonwealth data, good stewards of the data that we are responsible for overseeing, to make sure that we prudently move services to the cloud when they're available, and a good candidate for that. Our primary collaboration has been with the executive branch agencies in Virginia. As I mentioned before, we've consolidated the IT infrastructure for those executive branch agencies. We've also enabled some collaboration tools to allow those agencies to collaborate, like SharePoint, where agencies can share information that way. While that's primarily open to executive branch agencies that are on our primary domain, we're looking at ways of opening that up to non-executive branch agencies as well that are not in our Active Directory domain, and they'll be able to access those collaborative services as well. Some of the greatest challenges are really making sure as a business we're ready to leverage things like the cloud. We've got an application portfolio of over 2,000 applications throughout the state. They're at varying levels of maturity in terms of, we've got some legacy applications that aren't quite really good candidates to move at this point to the cloud. Also, looking at the data and classifying the data and making sure that we've got a good handle on what data it is that we are responsible for, and is it a good candidate to move to the cloud. Some of the trends that I'm seeing in how IT is managed is I'm seeing more and more states look to consolidate their IT infrastructure and get on a common operating environment across the state and really leverage the economies of scale that come from that consolidation. And Virginia's really led the way in IT infrastructure consolidation. As I mentioned before, we've consolidated our IT infrastructure starting in 2006 and got a good handle on where our IT infrastructure resides, how it's configured. I'm also seeing states move to the cloud for commodity services and leverage the economies of scale that come from that. And that's an area where Virginia is really looking hard to make sure that we can prudently and efficiently move to the cloud to leverage some of those economies of scale while being good stewards of Commonwealth data. I think really looking at making sure that we've got remote connectivity solutions to enable end users to connect into our network from wherever they are and be able to get their work completed. We're also looking at leveraging things like the cloud and best-of-breed technology solutions to ensure that we're able to utilize those technologies in an efficient and prudent and cost-effective way.